Hello, people. You are welcome to this live stream. So, in this live stream, we'll be looking at some maths puzzle, some quantitative reasoning problems. Okay. So, as you can see here, we have sample one, and for sample one, we have three samples. Yeah, you can see the samples. You can see this. Okay, two samples rather, three samples. You can see the sample screen under sample one. Okay, hope you can see the sample. Yeah. Sample here, this one here, and this one. So all you have to do is to study the sample, each of the sample, and then understand the pattern. So once you understand how each of the numbers was gotten, for example, how was 2 gotten, how was 1 gotten, how was 5 gotten, how was 7 gotten. Once you're able to tell how all those numbers were gotten, you can then use that knowledge to answer question 1 and then question 2. So yeah, if you're on the live stream, welcome. Like the live, like the live, and share with us what the answer is going to be. So the question is, how was this 37 gotten? Yeah, think through. How was 33 gotten? If you have any idea, you can drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat, okay? Okay, so who is giving us the answer? Giving us the live, and let's engage with the question here, okay?
So who's giving us the answer?
Yeah, drop your answer in the chat. Drop your answer in the chat if you're there. Anybody? So this is 37, as you can see here, and this is 33. So the question is, how was 37 gotten from this first sample, and how was 33 gotten from the second sample? Anybody? You can just drop it in the drop your answer in the chat. Anybody? Drop your answer in the chat. Anybody? Think. Look at the sample. Think. Look at this one. Right? Look at this. And then look at this one. Okay. So I'll be going live later today, and I will continue our life lesson, our math lessons on algebra. But I just want to bring in this math puzzle now. Later today, I will go live and we'll continue from where we stopped on algebra. But let's quickly go through. Hey, Katagonipath, good to see you. All right, let's go through these samples. Anybody? Let's think through. Think. Anybody? Let's like the life. Let's like the life. What is the answer? What is the answer? Anybody? So again, the question is, how was 32 gotten? How was 33 gotten? Think. how are you going to use these numbers, all right, this one here, to get 37? And when you come to the second one, how are you going to use these numbers, 3, 9, 2, and 5, to get 33? If you're able to do that, then we can easily answer the other questions that are under. Anybody? Drop your answer in the chat if you've gotten how it was gotten. Yeah, drop it in the chat. Okay, after 30 seconds or so, I'm going to be telling you all how those numbers were gotten. Okay, let me allow you to think here. Yeah, let me allow you. Okay, so let me explain how it was gotten. So look at this. Everybody pay attention. Let me explain this. Are you all ready? See, 2 times 1 is 2, right? So you write 2, then plus 5 times 7 is what? 35. You have 35. So what is 2 plus 35? Isn't that 37? So this one here is 37. Yes, that's it. That's it. Hope you got it. But wait, before you conclude that that is the answer, you must also use the second sample to confirm if it is true. So we'll do 3 times 5. So we multiply the top. 3 times 5 is what? 15. Then we'll now multiply the one at the base, at the bottom. 9 times 2 is what? 18. And then what is 15 plus 18? Isn't that 33? So that's how this one was gotten. Okay, good, good. I hope you've seen it now. So now that we have seen how to do it, can somebody now answer? Let's look at the first question. So know the pattern. Now let's use that pattern to answer number 1. Yes, who's giving us the answer? Anybody? What is number 1? Somebody give us the answer. Number 1, number 1, number 1. Number 1 is 0. Are you sure it is 0 for number 1? This is 0? Are you sure number 1 is 0? Who else is going to give us the answer? Anybody? If you put 0 here, okay, I think you are right. Okay, 0 times 5 is 0, right? And then 1 times 6 is 6. So 6 plus 0 is 6. Correct. That is correct. Number 1 is 6. Okay, let's go to number 2. All of you? Yeah, that's correct. It is 0. So what about number 2? Anybody helping us with that? Okay, so who is doing number 2? Who is giving us the answer to number 2? Anybody? Number 2, number 2, number 2. Should I do it or should I wait for you? What do you think, people? Should I do it or should I wait for you? 48 over 36. 48 over 36. Okay. Now, you know what? I'm going to use the knowledge I have of algebra and word problems to even do this. So let's put x here, right? Let's put x here. So if I want to get x, it's going to be, I'm looking for x. So I'll do, I told you that you have to multiply the top plus, so 4 over 5 times x. So if you multiply the top, 4 over 5 times x is what? 4x over 5. So 4x over 5 is equal to, now let's multiply the base, 1 over 2 times 1 over 4. So 1 over 2, sorry, I do not mean to put equal to, I should put plus here. So 1 over 2 times what? 1 over 4. Okay, hope that makes sense. Then this is equal to what? This one here, because that's how the samples work. So 53 over 40. Now I have 4x over 5 plus, what's this? 1 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 4 is what? 8. I hope you can hear me. Good. Is equal to what? 53 over 40. So I'm going to move 1 over 8 to the other side. Yes, I'll move 1 over 8 to the other side. So I'll have, remember, I'm looking for x. So let me subtract 1 over 8 from both sides. So it's going to be 53 over 40 minus 1 over 8. So what's the LCM of 40 and 8? That's 40, right? So write 40 here. 40 goes into 40, you have 1. 1 times 53 is 53, minus 8 into 40 is 5. 5 times 1 is 5. So 4x over 5 is equal to what? 53 minus 5, which is 48. So 48 over what? 40. You know what's going to happen? Let me even simplify this. I can say 8 here is 5. 8 into 48 is what? 6. So I have 4x over 5 is equal to what? 6 over 5. Is that not? Yeah, that's it. So let me cross multiply and get my answer. So I'm going to do 5 times 6 and 5 times 4x. I think I can just complete it here. So what is 5 times 4x? That's 20x. and 5 times 6 is what? 30. So I'll divide both sides by 20. Is that not? Yeah, so by 20 here, by 20 here. 20x is equal to 3 over 2. We'll be sure that what I did is right. So let me quickly go back again and check. So like I said, you multiply the top, 4 over 5 times x plus, then you multiply the base. You multiply the base, 1 over 2 times 1 over 4. Okay, that's 1 over 8. I have that. Okay, then we move on like that. And then we moved 1 over 8 to the right hand side, giving us this. So the LCM of 40 and 8 is 40. So you have it there. 40 into 40 is 53. 8 into 53 is 8 into 40 is 5. 5 times 1 is 5. So 53 minus 5 is what? Is that 48? So you have 48 over 40. So 8 goes into 48, you have 6. 8 goes into 40, you have 5. So that was how I was able to get 6 over 5 on the right hand side. Then here we have 4x over 5. So I cross multiplied, and that gave me 20x is equal to 30. So the answer is 3 over 2, unless if I'm missing something, but I think the answer is 3 over 2. Has anybody been able to confirm what I did? Okay, you wrote 48 over 36. Yes, you can simplify that. All right. If you simplify that, what's it going to be? You are going to have 4 over 3. Okay. But how did you get 48 over 36? You care to explain that? Anyways, I got 3 over 2. And I want to believe that's correct, unless anybody has any other thing to say. So check. So here we are. Is anybody going to look at sample 2, look at the various samples, and tell us how the number gotten? How was anybody? Anybody? How was the number in the middle gotten? We'll continue our lecture series on algebra later today, okay? Yeah. So who's going to help us out? How are the numbers in the middle gotten? Anybody? Category path and others? Anybody? How was 48 gotten? How was 31 gotten? How was 26 gotten? So let me allow you to think for a few seconds. Okay, you say you have gotten it. So what's your answer? What did you get? What did you get? Yes, anybody who has also gotten it, you can share your answer with us. So what's your answer? What did you get? Anybody? Okay. So you say you've gotten the logic. So what's the logic? All right. All right. I'll wait for you. Anybody else? Give it a try. I think I like that. Some. Okay. So if you are just joining us, we are looking at some maths puzzles. We have looked at this first one before. So the way this will work here is that you multiply 6 by 5 plus 6 times 3. That's how you get 48. So let me say it again. You multiply the sides and then you add the results together. So 6 times 5 is 60 and 6 times 3 is 18. Sorry, 6 times 5 is 30, no, not 60. And then 6 times 3 is what? 18, which will give me 48. That's how we got each of these numbers. So now that we know, we have an understanding of the puzzles, we're going to use that knowledge to now answer number. We've done number one. So can anybody give us number two? Again, you multiply the sides, you add them together. That's how the puzzle works. So let me have you answer in the chat. Anybody? You multiply the sides, add them together, you get the middle. Use that knowledge to give me the answer to number two. Anybody? – 14. Somebody said 14. Okay, somebody said 14. Catagonal is 14. Who else is going to agree with him? Is he correct or is he wrong? Remember, you are multiplying the sides plus the product of the other side. Once you add the results together, you equate it to 48. So who's going to confirm that for us? Anybody? Anybody confirm that for us? Drop your answer in the chat, people. And let's like the live stream. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. At the moment, the topic we are doing in math is algebra, and we've done some quite work on the topic. All right. So subscribe to this channel. I go live every day on this channel. and currently we're doing algebra. If you check my live replay, you will see that we have done some work on algebra. But now we're just looking at some math puzzles, okay? So look at this question. Like I told you, you multiply the sides, you add them together, that will give you the middle. Is it going to give us 14? Anybody? So let's try it together. Let's make this question mark x. So if I make this one x, like I told you, you multiply the sides plus the product of the other side. So it's going to be what, people? It's going to be 3 times x, which is 3x, plus 3 times 2, which is what? 6, and this is equal to what? The middle, 48. So remember, I'm trying to get x. This is almost like algebra. All right. So move plus x to the other side, or you can say subtract 6 from both sides. So it's going to be 30. That means 3x is equal to 48 minus 6. What is 48 minus 6? That's what? 42. So you have 42. And then 3x is equal to what? 42. Divide both sides by 3. You're going to have that x is equal to what? 42 over 3, which is 14. So category part, you are correct. What you have in this empty space here is what? 14. That is so beautiful. That's correct. All right, I think we can move on to another sample. So stay engaged and learn. All right, look at sample 3. Think again, how was any of the number gotten? So if you want to look at the first sample, this one here, you might want to ask, okay, how was 6 gotten? How was 9 gotten? How was 3 gotten, or 2? Is it consistent for all the others, for this one and for this one? You cannot just test it for one and assume it's going to be the same for others. So test it for one and for the others, okay? Yeah. So let me allow you 1 or 2 minutes. You should be able to think how sample 3 was gotten. So let me allow you. Okay, somebody has found the logic. Categorical. What is the logic? All right, other people join in, engage, and let's brainstorm together. Okay, let's sharpen our thinking capacity. Let's sharpen our thinking skill with these puzzles. Right. So if you have gotten the logic, can you share with us in the chat? Other people join us, and let's all get better with our thinking. Okay, so what I heard you say now is that you said 3 times 2 is 6. Okay. So if that's the case, if 3 times 2 is 6, then 1 times 7 is 7. How was this one at the bottom gotten? This 8. Can you tell us? How was 8 gotten? Or how was 9 gotten? Or how was 16 gotten? Do you think you can tell us with that? Can you help us with that? Yes, who's going to help us with that? He said, add the number in left to product. So the number in the left to product. When you say product, what do you mean by that? When you say product, what do you mean by that? Add the number in the left to product. Yeah, I'd like to know what you meant by that. Other people join in, and let's all engage together. 3 times 2. Yes, 3 times 2 is 6, but the how was this 9 gotten? Yeah, how was 9 gotten? Okay, you said add 3 to 6. 3 plus 6 is 9. Okay. So let's test it for the others if that will be the case too. 1 plus 7 is 8. So in essence, we are adding the left to the right to get the one at the base. So left plus right is equal to the one at the base. Okay. I think that's going to work because 1 plus 7 is 8. 3 plus 6 is 9. 2 plus 14 is 16. So yes, it's going to work. Now, to get the top or to, okay, I think that's okay. So how this 6 was got, the one on the right, you multiply the left and the top. 3 times 2 will give you 6. You also test it for the others. 1 times 7 will give you what? 7. 2 times 7 will give you 14. So now that we know how each of the numbers was gotten, we can now use it to answer the questions under sample 3. All right, makes sense. So let's go. Now, who is going to help us out with these ones? We have 4 questions here. Let's start with the first one. Think through and give me the answer to the first one. What's the answer to number 1? Anybody in the chat? Okay, he said number 1 is 24. 4 plus 20 is 24. Okay, makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. That's correct. Is 3. Number 2 is 3. Okay, because 3 times 7 is 21. I think that makes sense too. Yeah, 3. This has to be 3 because 3 times 7 will give us 21. Or you can say 21 divided by 7, you get what we come in here. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right, what about number 3? Anybody? Number 3, number 3. Yes, I want the other people to answer. Yes. Yes, I want other people to engage as well. You're on the live stream. Don't just watch. I need you to get involved, okay? Don't be an onlooker. Get involved. Put your answer in the chat. Let's all make this interactive, okay? Everybody, put your hands in deck and figure that out. I'll wait for you. Okay, why are you people not answering the question? What's going on? Is it only Kefagonifa that is on the live stream? At least we have 9 people on the live stream, so you should be able to give the answer, right? Okay, so like if you look at this one here, see, we already said this is 3. This one, yes, because 3 times 7 is what, 21. All right, it's very easy. Why not just use it to answer it? Then we said this one here is what? 4 plus 20 is 24. So this one is 24. Now, can you use that information to answer this one? What's going to be here? There's a question mark here. What's going to be there? Then there's also another one here. What's going to be here? That's it. It's very easy. Okay, so that we'll not waste time. To get this one, for number 3, you have to multiply 5 and 3. That will give you 15. So this one here is 15. If you're on the live stream, you should engage. All right, so we'll all participate together, or you just want to be an onlooker. Then look at this one. You remember, if you multiply the left and the top, you will get the right. So left times top is equal to right. Left times top is equal to right. So if this is 13, which is the left, 13 times what will give me 13? Obviously, it is what? 1. So this one here is going to be what? 1. That will be the answer. And that's it. So we're done with that sample. I hope for this other sample, you will engage and participate, because that's the essence of doing this, to make you better with your thinking and sharpen your reasoning skills. Let's go to the next sample. Everybody, put on your thinking cap and let's get this properly done. Okay, so again, we have 3 samples under sample 4, right? Think through and tell me how each of the numbers was gotten. So let's go, everybody, let's go. Think. I'm going to allow you to think through. It's going to be really fun. Engage, interact, okay? Okay, so Cathegonipat, you said you could not do it. Other people too have not been able to do it as well. No worries, I'm going to do it. So, but I actually want you people to think through and be able to answer it. But let me help you out. Think, I thought you would be able to do this. Who is going to give us the answer? Who is going to think through? Who is going to think through? Anybody? Anybody? Okay, I think I'll just help you out. Or should I still hold on a little bit? Is anybody going to do it? How was 1 over 3 gotten? How can we get 1 over 9? Or how can we get 2 over 9 using this particular sample? Anybody? Think, think, think. You can do this. You can do this. Think. Who's going to help us out? Anybody? Okay, I think I'll just help you out if nobody's getting it. So let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. All right, look at the left number. So this is the left number. If I say left, I'm talking about this one here. If I say middle, I'm talking about the one in the center. And if I say right, the one here. So think, you know what? If you are struggling with this first one, with the one that has fractions, you might need to check this one. This one might be easier for you to process. All right. Anyways, I'll just help you out. What can I do to these two numbers to give me 29? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about that? Okay, I think I saw a comment in the chat. Like 1 over 9 plus 2 over 9, but does not apply for others. Okay, so let me help you out. Yes, or is there anybody among everybody here who is going to answer that? Anybody here? Is there anybody who's going to answer it? Anybody? Multiply and add 4. Okay, if you do 5 times 5, you get 20. Sorry, you get 25. So 25 plus 4 is 29. Okay, but let's try if it will work here. 4 times 4 is what? 4 times 4 is 16. You say add 4. 16 plus 4 is 20. Okay, I think so. What it should be, what we should do instead, we should, okay, if you square the first one, if you square the number on the left plus the one at the middle, you will get the one at the right. Oh yes, oh yes, let me say it again. If you square the number at the left and add it with the number at the middle, you will get the number at the right. That is how it's going to be. So you know what? Let me start with this middle one because, like I told you, always start with one that is easy. 5 square is 25. All right. Okay, I don't think this one will work. Oh. Wait. Hold on. What's happening here? What's happening here? I think there's a slight. Wait. Let's do this one. If you square 1 over 3, you will get what? 1 over 9. So 1 over 9 plus 1 over 9 will give you what? Will give you what? Will give you 2 over 9. Oh, okay. I think there's a slight mix up with this puzzle. So if you come here, 4 square is what? Is 16. 16 plus 4 is 20, which is what I have here. But when you say 5 square, you get 25. 25 plus 5 is 2. So, oh, there's a mix up here. This is not supposed to be 5. Sorry about that. It's supposed to be 4. So we'll make this 4. Okay? Yeah, that's it. So when you square 5, you get 25. 25 plus 4 is what? 29. Then look at the third one. If you square 4, you get 16. 16 plus 4 is 20. The first one, 1 over 3 square is what? 1 over 9. 1 over 9 plus 1 over 9 is 2 over 9. So there you go, people. That is the answer. Is that okay? Now that we know that if you square the one on the left Add the one at the middle, you get the one on the right. So can we now use it to answer the questions under it? So let's go with number. Let's look at number 1. Who can give me the answer to number 1? There's a question mark here. So what's going to be the answer here? Anybody? 58. Okay, if you square 4, you get 16. 16 plus 42 is 58. Oh, that's beautiful. So this is 58. Okay, who is going to help us with number 2 and number 3? People, those people in the live stream, you just want to observe and watch. You don't want to participate. Okay, so for number 2, you said the answer is what? Number 2, what you said for number 2 is what? 13 or 12? Okay, you said 12. 12. Okay, let's see if that will be correct. Remember, you squared the number at the left. So if you do 6 squared, that will be 36. So this is number 2, by the way. So 36 plus this number, there's nothing at the middle, is equal to 48. So for us to get the one at the, you ask yourself, what will I add to 36 to give me 48? In essence, you are doing 48 minus 36. Okay? And that's what? 12. Oh, yes, the answer is 12. So this one at the middle is going to be 12. Yes, 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 yes. You see, and the third one is 5. The third one is 5. Anybody helping us with that? Is anybody who's going to confirm that? It is important you participate. Okay, so the answer is 5. Let's test it if that will be right. So 5 you squared, if this is 5, that's 5 squared plus the one at the middle plus 10. Will this give us 35? We don't know. Will it give us 35? Let's try that out. What is 5 raised to power 2? That's what? 25. And 25 plus 10 is what? 35. Oh, yeah. So number 3, the answer is what? 5. So this is 5 right here. Okay, people, that's okay. That's correct. So let's move on to another question, another sample. All right, everybody, let's look at this sample. This is quite an interesting one. This is quite an interesting sample. So let me give you some minutes to think about it, and I'll be back shortly. Emmanuel, how are you? I hope you are good. Welcome on board. So this is sample 5. We've done samples 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is the 5th sample we'll be doing today. So this sample, as you can see, can anybody tell us how or the logic behind these samples? How was 3 gotten? How can we get 3 from these two numbers below? Or now, whatever logic you try for one must also be helpful for the others. So whatever logic you say will produce 3 must be the same logic you should use for this that will produce 5. Okay, and must still be the same logic that you use to produce this one here. So if you say, oh, I found the logic, and if I ask you what's the logic, you now tell me that 2 plus 1 is 3, okay? And then you say 3 plus 2 is 5, and I say, okay. And then you come here, when you do 5 plus 2, you will not get 21. So it's not going to work that way. That's why whatever logic you find, you must test it with the other samples before you can conclude that the logic works. If it works for 1, it must work for 2 and for 3. Okay? So have that in mind. Now, category part says first find the sum of the bottom two numbers. Find the sum of the bottom two numbers and multiply the sum by the difference of the bottom two numbers. Okay, let's see if that is going to work. I want us to see if that is going to work, if that is true. Let's see. So let's go. 2, he said multiply the bottom two numbers, then add it to. No. That's not what he said. He said add these two numbers, first of all, then multiply it by the difference of the two numbers. So 2 plus 3 is what? Sorry, 2 plus 1 is 3. Then times 2 minus 1 is 1. And 1 times 3 is 3. Okay? So like I said, you must test it on the other sample. So let's see if it's going to work for the second sample. Let's go. 3 plus 2 is 5 times 3 minus 2 is 1. And 1 times 5 is 5. Okay, it worked there. Let's see if it will work for the third sample. Let's see. 5 plus 2 is 7 times 5 minus 2 is 3. And 7 times 3 is 21. Oh, wow, it worked. That's beautiful. So now we have some questions on that. Let's go use the question. Let's use what we have now, this logic, to answer the questions on that. Let's go. So how many questions? I have 3 questions on that. So let's go. So number 1. Okay, you said number 1 is 4. All right, let's see if that's right. So 2 plus 2, that's 4, times 2 minus 2 is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. Are you sure it's 4? Look at it very well. Are you sure it is 4? Oh, yeah. So it is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. So, yes, it is not 4. The answer is 0. I hope you got that. So, yes, this one is 0, by the way. Okay, we've gotten the first one. Let's go try the second one. So, the second one, anybody, anybody, anybody? Yes, you are right. The second question is 5. You are right. Because if you do 5 plus 1 times 5 minus 1, what is 5 plus 1? That's 6. And 6 times 4 is what? 24. So yes, the second question is 5. You can actually solve this algebraically instead of just trying different numbers. All right, that's why it's good to learn algebra, which is what we're currently doing in this channel. All right, if you want to do this using the methods of algebra, you can actually do it this way. You can make this question mark x and say, okay, since you already know that x plus 1 in bracket, and then what? X minus 1 in bracket is equal to what? 24. This is using algebra. I hope you know that. And if you have been a very good student of mine, you will know that we've talked about difference of two squares. Difference of two squares. So this is the result you get when you factorize using difference of two squares. So this can be written as x squared, right, minus 1 squared. Yes, because if you factorize this, you're going to have two brackets, x plus 1 and x minus 1. Is that not? Yeah. So this is equal to what? 24. And wrapping it up here, you have x squared minus, what is 1 squared? That's 1. And this is equal to what? 24. So if you add 1 to both sides, or if you take minus 1 to the right-hand side, you're going to have what? 24 plus 1. So x squared is equal to what? 25. So when you square root both sides, you get plus or minus 5, because the square root of 25 is plus or minus 5, but we cannot use minus, so we're going to use what? Plus. So x is equal to what? 5. So this empty space here where you have the question mark is going to be what? 5. So I just use algebra, which is what we're doing on this channel. If you want to learn algebra, go to the live replay on this YouTube channel and you will see a ton of videos on algebra. See how I was able to use algebra to get the answer without guesswork. Okay, so we have one more question still on using this same logic. That will be number 3. So everybody, let's go. Number 3, see it here. Now, the question mark is here. You can still use algebra to do it instead of guessing. No guessworks, just use algebra. Use what you mean by algebra. Somebody said the answer is 1. Are you sure it's 1? Okay, that was an easy get. That was an easy get. Okay. So let me use algebra again. Let's use this one. Let's call this x. So you have x, sorry, 3 plus x, and then what? 3 minus x. All is equal to what? 8. So difference of two squares is going to come in here again. That will be 3 squared minus x squared is equal to what? 8. So I'm going to move minus x squared to the right hand side and move 8 to the left hand side. So you have, and 3 squared is what? 9. So that's 9 minus 8 is equal to what? X squared on the right hand side. So what is 9 minus 8? Isn't that 1? 1 is equal to x squared. When you take square root to both sides, you will have square root of 1 is equal to square root of what? X squared. So the square root of 1 is plus or minus 1, but we cannot use minus, just we're going to use 1. So yes, this is equal to what? 1. Of course, it's even easier without using algebra, but I just want to show you how useful and practicable using algebra is. Okay, you said I solved all algebraically only. Oh, that's good. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's good. Yeah, we have one. I think this is going to be the last sample. Oh, no, we have 2 more, but I might have to end this live stream. Okay, and come back later. People are not really engaging, so maybe they are tired or they are busy. I'll come back, but let's just quickly do this last one. Think through and give me your answer in the chat. I'll be back. Okay, so let's do it together. Let's just round up this and have it done with. Now, how are we going to do this, people? So look at the first one. Number one, look at this one. What are we going to do? What are we going to do, people? Are you there? So look at this. If you do 4 times 8, you will get what? 32. And what is 32 divided by 2? Isn't that 16? Okay. So let's also try if it will work here. 4 times 9 is what? 36. 36 divided by 1 is what? 36. Good. So which means we are going to multiply the number at the bottom left, the numbers on the bottom left and bottom right to get and divide by the number at the top middle to get the one at the middle. So it means that for number one, 16 times this number divided by 7 will give us what? 48. Yes. So 16 times, let's say x divided by 7 will give us what? 48. That's what you do. That's how you do it, okay? So just cross multiply. I'll just only multiply this one first. You can do this. So 16 times 16x times 1 is 16x. 7 times 48. So what is 7 times 48? That's 336 divided by 16 to get x. That's 21. Yeah, so this one here, this one is 21. Okay, what about number 2? Yes, what about number 2? What about number 2? What about number 2? Who is helping us with that? Anybody? Okay, you said the answer is 62. Okay, let's see if that's right. Look, like I said, you do 40 times 31 divided by 20. So 40 times 31 divided by 20 will give us the one at the middle. So what is 40 times 31? That's 1,240 divided by 20. That's 62. Yes, you are correct, Katangunipa. The answer is 62. So the one at the middle is what? 62. I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope this was really fun for every one of us. Okay, so we still have some other samples, but I will be stopping here for now. I'll be back later for the other samples. All right. And don't forget, we are currently studying algebra. So don't forget. And that's why if you have been following my classes on algebra, you can see that algebra has a an application on these puzzles that we're doing. So I think one topic you should know and know very well is algebra. If you want to learn more about algebra, go to my YouTube channel. This same YouTube channel, there's just go to the live replay. You see many math lessons we have done on algebra. Just go and watch from the beginning and get up to date. Today I will still come live and we'll talk about algebra. It might be 2, 3 hours from now, but I will surely be back to talk about algebra. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please make sure you do so. And I will also encourage you all to what now? To join my community on WhatsApp and on Telegram because there I share useful updates and I also share the links to my classes. All right, guys, it was fun having you all here, even though many of you did not participate, but I hope when I come live again, you will participate even better. Okay, thank you all. See you all later. It's bye bye for now.